Hey, welcome to the team. We are so glad to have you here. Look, we're going to jump right in because this is probably the most important thing you'll learn in your first few days. It's the foundation for everything we do, how we keep ourselves, each other, and the world around us safe. Ready? Let's get into it.
You know, it doesn't matter where you work. You could be on a factory floor with heavy machinery, out on a construction site, or even sitting at a desk in an office. The reality is, every single job has risks. It's just a fundamental part of working.
And the thing is, most of the time, these risks, they don't look like a big deal at first. I mean, we're talking about stuff you might not even notice. A loose cable on the floor, a container that's missing a label, or, just that office chair that's not quite adjusted right. They seem so small, right? But these little things, they can grow into huge problems. Think about it. That one loose cable, someone trips, gets hurt, and suddenly the whole project is on hold. That unlabeled container, it could lead to a dangerous chemical spill. And that chair, over time, it can lead to some really painful long-term injuries. So these small things can suddenly turn into project delays, big financial hits, and worst of all, someone getting seriously hurt. And that always brings us back to the most important question: what if it could have been prevented?
And that is exactly what we're going to cover. We'll start with what is HSE, then we'll break down the H for health, the S for safety, and the E for environment. And finally, we'll talk about the part we all play, because this is truly everyone's responsibility.
All right, so let's dive into that first part. Let's tackle the big question. What is this system that's all about preventing those problems we just mentioned? What exactly is HSE? Okay, so HSE stands for Health, Safety, and Environment. Simple enough, right? But it's way more than just 3 words. The best way to think about it is like an operating system for safety. It's not some old binder collecting dust on a shelf. It's a live, active system, a set of policies and procedures that guides everything we do to protect our people, our work, and the environment. Now, here's a quick heads up you might find interesting. The term HSE can actually mean different things depending on where you are. In the UK, it's the name of their national safety regulator. In the US, you might see it used for a high school diploma equivalent. But for us, right here, on this job, HSE means one thing and one thing only: health, safety, and environment. That's our focus. Okay, so let's peel back the layers on this, starting with that first letter, H, for health. And I want to be really clear here. This isn't just about not getting hurt today. This is about looking after our long-term well-being. When we talk about health risks, they can come from a lot of different places. You've got physical stuff like loud noises that can hurt your hearing over years. There are chemical hazards, from dust or fumes, which is exactly why we care so much about good ventilation. Biological hazards, I think we all get those now. Then there's ergonomics, which is just about making sure your workspace is set up so it doesn't cause strain. And this is so important. We also look at mental and psychosocial well-being. A healthy mind is absolutely critical to being safe at work. All right, moving on to the S for safety. Now, if health is about the long term, safety is all about the right now. It's about preventing the immediate stuff, the slips, the trips, the falls, basically any accident that can cause an injury today. So how do we make that happen? Well, first, we're always on the lookout for hazards and assessing risks before a job even starts. It also means using the right personal protective equipment. You'll hear us call it PPE for every single task. We have specific safe ways to do jobs, like lockout/tagout, which is a super important procedure that makes sure a machine is totally powered down before anyone works on it. And a huge part of this is reporting everything, not just accidents, but also the near misses. And of course, we always have a plan for emergencies. And this really shows you the night and day difference. A workplace without HSE procedures, it can be total chaos. Hazards get missed, walkways are cluttered, equipment doesn't get checked, everyone's just doing their own thing. But with a solid HSE system, everything changes. It's organized, it's predictable, walkways are kept clear, tools are inspected, and most importantly, we are all working from the exact same playbook. Okay, on to our last letter, E for environment. This is where our responsibility gets even bigger. It's about looking beyond our own safety and thinking about our impact on the world outside. It's our promise to do our part to protect the planet. And this isn't some abstract idea. It comes down to really practical stuff. We're talking about managing our waste correctly, separating it for recycling. It means having a solid plan in place in case of a spill. It's about controlling our emissions and constantly trying to use less energy and fewer resources. And yeah, it's about being good citizens, but it's also about following the law and meeting important standards. So we've talked about the what,
health, safety, and environment. But a system is just a system. It doesn't work without people. And that brings us to the most critical piece of the puzzle. Who makes this happen? The answer? Every single one of us. Everyone has a part to play.
Let's break that down. As an employee, your key responsibilities are to follow the safe procedures, always use your PPE correctly, and, this is huge, speak up and report any hazard you see. Your supervisor's job is to give you the right training, make sure the rules are followed, and be a coach for safety. And at the company level, our job is to set the policies, provide the resources, and build a culture where safety is truly the top priority, no questions asked. See, when everyone does their part, something amazing happens. We build a really strong safety culture. And the payoff is huge. It's not just about avoiding trouble. A safe place to work is a productive place to work. When you feel safe and you know the company has your back, trust goes up, productivity goes up, and the whole operation just runs better. There's this quote that I think just nails it. It says that HSE isn't just a binder on a shelf. It's how we show up, do our jobs, and get to go home safe. And that's really what it all boils down to, isn't it? This isn't about paperwork, it's about people. It's about making sure every one of us goes home to our loved ones at the end of the day, safe and sound.
So what can you do starting literally on day one? It boils down to 3 simple things. Number 1, be aware. Just keep your eyes open. Actively look for things that don't seem right. Number 2, be equipped. Always, always have the right PPE for the job you're doing. And number 3, be vocal. If you see something, say something. Report any unsafe condition or even a near miss. Your voice is the most powerful safety tool we have.
So I'm going to leave you with one question to carry with you every day. When you walk in, just ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can do today to protect myself and my team? When everyone takes that personal ownership, that's when we create a place that is truly safe for all of us. We are so glad you're here. And remember, this is just the first step in your safety training. Welcome aboard.